Kwame, a highly intelligent student, got a scholarship to the prestigious Oakland High School. Kwame was so excited for the opportunity to attend one of the most expensive schools in the city and couldn't wait to make new friends. Sadly, the students didn't want to be friends with Kwame because he was from a poor family. "He's not in our class," some would say. "What a poor lad," others laughed each time he walked by. The rich students in Oakland High School constantly oppressed Kwame and rubbed his poor background in his face. Kwame became so timid and lost confidence in himself, he felt he wasn't good enough. "I will work so hard and be rich someday," Kwame said after being bullied one day. I feel so sorry for Kwame, honestly. But hello friends, do you ever wonder what it feels like to be oppressed? Have you ever experienced a situation where you were made to feel less, just like Kwame? Now, to be oppressed means to be subjected to unjust or harsh treatments. Now, imagine having someone who fights to see that you are not oppressed. Someone who can fight for Kwame's freedom, fundamental rights and equality in Oakland High School. That would be great, right? Right, of course. That is precisely what Martin Luther King did. Now, Martin Luther King was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. As a grown-up, Martin Luther King advanced civil rights for Black people in America. He led peaceful, non-violent protests against laws that didn't favor the Black people of America. Martin Luther King led various forms of protest across America, including the march that opposed Black Americans from exercising their rights to vote and other civil rights. In 1963, he led the March on Washington, where he delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech on the steps of the Abraham Lincoln Memorial. Martin Luther King achieved a lot through his nationalist movement. He changed the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Martin Luther King tried as much as possible to ensure that his protests were non-violent. He picked strategic locations where violence could be avoided, but sometimes this was out of his control and he found himself in jail a few times. On October 14th, 1964, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for combating racial inequality through a non-violent movement in America. In his final years, he helped organize two of the three Selma to Montgomery marches, which were also protest marches to demonstrate the desire for African Americans to exercise their constitutional rights to vote. Martin Luther King later expanded his focus to include the fight against poverty and capitalism. On April 4th, 1968, while he was planning a march on Washington, D.C. called Poor People's Campaign, he was assassinated in Memphis. This brought about national mourning and anger, leading to riots in different cities across America. Martin Luther King Jr. was a nationalist that fought against discrimination and oppression in America. He achieved a lot in his nationalist movement across America. And that's all for now. I hope to see you in the next lesson where we can discuss more, my friend. Bye.